Hello folks, we're back. Believe it or not, we're on our way into the mission challenge, human comedy. Different car. Lago Maggiorre. So, changing the car. We're taking the RCF GT3 17. I will explain why in a moment. Just been having an issue selecting the car. It wouldn't let me pick it, but here we go. Originally 781 bhp, reduced down to 498. But the weight kept the same. This car is being penalised on power. Got a little bit of a squidge on my glasses, which I might just have to fix. Excuse me if I squint a little bit. There we go, that's better. Right, so why are we using the RCF? Let's just have a look at the ranking board. The RCF doesn't figure at all in our friends ranking. Look, only 8 people in the friends list have actually completed this since it was redone. Nobody's bothered. But the majority of the people using the 911 or the RX Vision. Top 10 stars though. Look what's in second place. On 31 laps. Now, with that it's got to be fast. Because the M6 GT3 there's on 30 laps. And we know we can do 30 laps in that car. Piece of cake. But we did that one too early and we didn't get on the top 10 list because we didn't do it very well. So, we're going to try the RCF and see where it goes. Settings. Assists will be traction control on, default OBS, everything else off. As you already know, controller settings, open button configuration. You can see it there. Max torque feedback 5 and force feedback sensitivity 6. I'm not going to hang around, let's dive straight in. Here we go then folks, first thing we're going to do is just monitor the fuel, make sure that we can target 15 laps. I was just worrying about the gearbox then, damn thing wouldn't change up. It's saying 11.2 at the minute, let's get on the brakes, get into this corner. Get on the inside of the Aston. Down the gap in the middle, no, missed it. Big beast of a car this, it feels heavy. Probably a potential threat for the tyres. Get the thing into the corner, wowzer. Is he going to come back down the outside? I'm not going to let him, I'm not going to squeeze him, but we're just going to run hard. That Corvette is just going to stay where we put it. Chase Mr. Huffman up the hill. It says 14.3 down there. Let's see where it goes. Oh, dived into that corner, got him. No damage, no problem. Just a wee lift as we come into there. I felt this car was always pretty weak in the normal GT3 fields. Quite slow. Feels really quite powerful now. I'm going 3 wide. Just giving Mr. Grady a bit of a nudge there as we make our way up into 6th place. 14.4 laps of fuel. Coming up on the back of the RX Vision. We've done this race a lot in the last couple of days, and I appreciate you as regular viewers. If you're going to watch them, you're interested in the same as me. You're going to be trying to work out what's that car going to get you to 31 laps. Well, it's one of these. One of them will do it. We might have already used that car once already. Like the RX Vision Stealth. Never used the Stealth, so I can get away with that. That is the fastest opening lap I've done in a very long time. Banging 14 laps of fuel as well. Look at the end there. So it's going to go all the way on fuel map 1. That's great. We got to get that 205 down to 197s. We've got to start churning 3 seconds back every lap. Because if you look, we've got to get that lap time down to, I don't know, at the time we pit 30 minutes, and any seconds over that 30 minutes. Ideally I want to be 29:30 when I go in the pits. That would be 10 laps at 2:27 with no laps over 2 except the first one. So I need 57 laps, 57 second laps, 1 minute 57 second laps. Try and say it, Christ. in 5th place. Mr. Boudoir, Mr. Robillard, Mr. Inostra. We're already purple sector in 2.3. That's great. Look at the 3 wide going in. We're going to let them do that. Going to let them all crash into each other. There we go. Bash, bash, bash. We're through. We made 2 places. Followed Boudoir. That works for me. No damage. Tyres looking good on the 2nd lap. We got past Boudoir there. Now we're going to chase Yamanaka down. 4.8 seconds. I would ideally like to be with him by the time he gets to his pit stop on lap 8. Car feels great. See if we can get this under 2. So I need 10, 1 minute 57 laps with no laps over 2 minutes. That's a 58.5. That's the 2nd lap of the race. I'm alright with that. That's a 2.5 back. So that 1st lap was worth now a 203.5. As soon as we see ourselves crossing that start finish line on the 0-0 of the minute, I'm happy. So we're targeting 54 minutes when we get back to the start finish line on this lap. "54 minutes is the target at the end of this lap." Short shifted through there. See how we go. Just faster than the last lap. Fuel's looking alright. On fuel map 1 we're looking okay. Down to 2nd gear was probably a bit sensitive. Let's see how we go. Seven, 6. So we're 59 as we came across the lap there. We're just 1 second off target. And we're 4.9 seconds behind Yamanaka. Little bit of wheel spin there as we came out of T1. We lost 3/4 of a second there to that corner. And Robillard is now catching us. Okay, let's keep pushing. 5.3. We've lost a little bit of time against Yamanaka. We're looking to try and catch him and leave Robillard behind us. We really want to be dropping into the 57s, and we're targeting 52 on the crossing the line this time. Tyres are looking really good all round, a good bit of even wear. 5.4 behind the man in front. We go through onto lap 5, 3, 2, 1 on target. Just a little bit slower than that last lap, which we don't want. We want to be quicker. We now want to be 49.58 is where we want to be. 57, 49.57 would be ideal. Again, purpley sector, which is what we want. That'll push Rubbelaar back a little bit further. We're trying to catch Yamanaka. Fuel is looking good. So 59, 58, 57 would be good. We're actually chewing that time up, look, but not good. 50.02, so actually I was going the wrong way. We want the time to be 48.04, don't we? 48.04 is where we want to be. Christ, this maths is difficult when you're racing. 48.04. That would, of course, it would be telling me I'm doing longer. I need to be doing less. 48.04 is where I need to be at. Cripes. Embarrassing that my time maths is really bad. But that was a 57. First in the 57s gives us the fastest lap of the race. Yamanaka's running round at that speed because I'm only taking a third of a second out of him, and then I'm losing it again. He's pitting in 2 laps. We've got to keep pushing. We've got fuel left. .04 would be good as we cross the line. There it is. 46.06 or 46.05 I'd like to see next time we get round. Still trying to catch him, but I've lost that half second again. Wow, my lord. Just got to keep pushing. I'm down to 4.1, so we are gaining. We've got to measure that time at exactly the same point. was up to 5, so certain parts of the track is quicker. Without doubt. 3.2 seconds ahead of Rubbelaar, so we're pulling away from him and we are making moves. I want to see 46.06, that's what I want to see. Oh, backend's gone. Probably get penalised for that, be a penalty, and I'll be turning my heels in. Kind of getting closer. 46.07 that was. I'd like to see a 44.9. Even a 44.10. Would be really good. This is the last lap for Yamanaka, one would expect. Concentrating, folks, I apologise. So where are we? Yamanaka first, probably on his in lap. We're second, just 3.6 seconds behind, but 3.6 seconds ahead of Rubbelaar in third place. Visibly catching Beauvoir fourth, Cockabun fifth, Inestrosa in sixth in the Porsche, seventh Huffman, and eighth following is Fontana, the other American, in the Chevrolet, isn't it? What's he in? He's in that, it is a Chevy, isn't it? C6, C7. Coming around to the end of the lap, we are still holding the fastest lap. And I've missed that corner for the first time. That's terrible. 44.10 is what I wanted. I'm going to see a 9. Oh, no, I've lost a second or two on that. That was terrible coming into that last corner. Forgive me for not talking occasionally, but when I talk I'm making those mistakes. So lost a second there. I want to see a 42.12 if I'm recovering that time. He didn't pit, look, he went another lap. 5.2 seconds ahead. We've lost a load of time messing that corner up. That's probably down to tyres, because they are starting to look worn in. Still want to be in the 57s. Straddle that curb. I don't do that very often. I learnt my lesson there. 3/4 of a second down as we come round halfway through lap 9. Got to catch him. When's he going to pit? I think he's changing strategy after the last couple of victories we've had. Human comedy channel this is becoming. Oh, penalised with a penalty. What a swine. That was just running that wide, trying to carry the speed, trying not to burn the tyres. It's half a second though, that's just a throttle lift, and Yamanaka has gone in. No major drama there, but 42.10, we're not gaining any time here. But we're not losing any, which is also good. So anything under 2 minutes a lap returns positive time for us. So Yamanaka and Beauvoir went in, and the car's just started to feel a little bit worn in. We're on lap number 10. Fuel is right, we got loads of fuel. The benefit of that is we'll have less time stationary, and we'll be lighter on the second half of the race. On the benefit that if we fill up to 15 laps, we still might have fuel left. I reckon if we filled up to 14.5, we'll be good. There was that slowdown. I said it would just be a throttle lift. I changed gear at exactly the wrong point. This will probably be a 202. We'll suffer for that. Rubilary's catching. He's got us down to a second. But when's he going to pit? He's normally going to accelerate just before he does pit. So if that wasn't me slowing down and he's accelerating, he's going in this lap. But he has been known to go as far as lap 12. There we go, we're sliding. Got to change it down to second gear. Car's not wanting to stop. Don't want to pick up another penalty. So we'll just keep it where it needs to be. Stay at the front of the pack. We're doing another 5 laps, folks. We got to keep it going. Putting them quicker laps in has burnt the tyres. There's the 2.0. That's not what we want because that's eroding time. Rubilar's staying with us. Felt like I got better traction out there. The 2 stoppers are going to the pits now. We're sliding all over the place, and Rubilar is there, cat bird seat, ready to overtake us. I'm going to try and roll this car through the corners rather than brake it through. That way I'm not going to stamp on the brakes, just going to let the car roll round with no throttle. Just on the shorter, stiffer, tighter bends. See if we can pull out some lead. We don't really want to be doing 2.0s. We want to be getting time back. We want to be gaining time for this super long pit stop. Whilst he's behind us, we're slowing him down. If he pits, he's got a chance to come out behind us and start running hard. I think he was flashing at us then to get out of his way. Well, you can always go round me, Chief. He's gone to the pits. That's great. That gives us that advantage. We've lost another couple of seconds, really, folks. We've not really pushed on lap 12. So we've got 12, 13, 14, 15 to go. These tyres not looking healthy. But what we know is this car will do plenty of laps on this fuel. Just don't know whether these tyres will. I've pushed them a bit hard, haven't I, on those 57 laps. We still hold the fastest lap of the race, 57.708. That's not going to be anywhere near fast enough to take fastest lap of the race. We'd need to be a 57.3, 57.2 maybe. We need to try and put some seconds in the bank. Short shift there, we're not going to do it. Ran that corner wide and high. 19.8 seconds ahead of Cookabun. We're actually flying. We are going very, very quick, but seems to be a fishing line attached to us. We can't seem to break free of that 19-20 seconds. It was like that yesterday in the race with the BMW 6 Endurance. We didn't break that 20 seconds. We didn't get out further than there. We maybe got to 21, but we didn't really demonstrate any prowess and start to dominate the field. Well, we are dominating the field, but we didn't stretch that lead and push on. What it's great to see is there is no Rubilar there in the top 10, top 8 anyway. What we can see is our teammate Mr. Matsununga there in 8th. What we seem to have worked out is the strategy, back on a 2, is the strategy for finding how to just win by 20 seconds. That last lap was a 2, so we fell away. We've lost 6, 7, 9 seconds in the last 3 laps. Ultimately, we've lost that 9, and that 9 seconds, oh, there we go again. That 9 seconds is critical. I think maybe this car, I keep thinking about doing 2 stops in this car, because we'd have done a 59 possibly, knowing we'd have gonna pit. We'd have done 5 or 6 57s, done a pit stop, not really taking a massive amount of fuel because we're only running 10 laps. Then we'd have a long stop, but we'd have the best of the tyres, but we wouldn't. We'd have 2 drive-ins and drive-outs, which doesn't make sense. I'm just not able to run these continuous pendulum-like laps of 57, 57, 57, 58, 58, 58, 58, 58, then pit. That's what I want to happen, but it's just not happening. The car is just, and look at that, we've got lap 14 and 15 to go, and the tyres are looking done for. That front left, but we're going to save a lap of fuel. Question is, do I pit next lap and just fill up with fuel and just have a decent tyre to run on? Because we're going to finish that next lap with absolutely naff all in that tyre. I know that. Another 2-0. Doesn't really know what he's going to do yet. Car feels very, very slow though. We really are backing it off into the right hand corners because we've got nothing there. There's no grippage and we've got 3 massive corners to come up. So if it was going to be good on fuel and rubbish on tyres, now's the time we're going to know that. We have driven this car before. We've took it round Spa as the GT3 car racing against the GT2s, and it almost did very well. It felt slow, but we've got 1 line of pixels left as we finish lap 14. I think I'm going to put the tyres on the next one. We're going to go mediums and we're going to fill up to, we've got 2 laps of fuel left, so we're going to get up to 15 and do 16 laps. I couldn't push that tyre any further, not a chance. We couldn't do that. So, skin designed by JB. It's great looking skin. Anybody spot the spelling mistake? No, sorry JB. It's a perfectly balanced skin. If you added the extra D, it wouldn't be. So we're falling down the field now. Inostra and Mirzano fighting for the lead. Let's see if this goes to 15 or 16 laps. It goes to 15. I'm going to take the 15.8. That's me. We're down to 9th place. 10th. .8 laps of fuel. 16 to go. So everybody in front has got a pit. And that was a 46-second pit stop. We've got to get all of those laps. When we cross the line next time, we'll know what the target is. So it's an even number. Is it an even number that we need to hit? I would have thought so, because we crossed the line at 0-0. So we've got to win a minute back over 16 laps. Easily a minute back. We'll see. It's gonna be. So that's the point where we've got to get back to the minute. And we're probably about 40 seconds shy of the line, so we've got to win 40 seconds back over 16 laps. I don't know how possible that is. And we're behind our teammate Matson Unger as Yamanaka reassumes the lead. Mirzano and Inostroza go into the pits. So yeah, 38 seconds down, and we just overshoot there because we were braking at the same time of our teammate. Sorry, pal. 38 seconds down. Beauvoir, we've got to overtake. But he's a two-stopper. Rubilar is in front of us there, look, up in third. 2 places above. But they're pit stopping probably round about lap 18, 19, even 20. So that outlap was a 58, which is pretty good. It's not brilliant, it's pretty good. That diffuser's immense on the back of that Merc. Just going to try and slide down his inside at the next corner. It's him sliding, not me. Trying to keep it nice and smooth to protect those tyres. It looks like he's going to the pits looking at his line. He isn't. He was just running a blocking line for me. So 36 seconds down. So Rubilar ahead, there he is fighting with Lopez. 0.6 of a second down against the fastest lap of the race, which is us. And we're just seeing Lopez and Rubilar split it up at the front there. Rubilar has got past. We're 15 seconds off Yamanaka, and Yamanaka can pit at any time between now and lap 20. He has form for pitting as and when he wants. Just running that wide. .25, so 35 seconds down. Beauvoir is some 2.3 seconds behind. We're slowly catching Yamanaka. Lopez 5.2 seconds in the lead. Don't want that opposite lock. So what assists could we use? Well, stability in the corners, we can use ASM. Stability coming out of a corner, counter steer assistance, CA. So I'd advocate using both, but you will get hampered on your acceleration, but it should save you some tyres and it should save you some fuel. So I don't know whether it's a necessity or a requirement that we switch those bad boys on, because they do work for us when we're doing the time trials. There's two current time trials that don't like my fire. The Nürburgring one doesn't really make me drip with sweat. I don't go to sleep having nightmares about it. It does keep me awake, but more about the fact that I've got to drive it rather than succeed there. I just don't see the point for a driver of my calibre to be driving them things. So Yamanaka's gone to the pits. We're catching Lopez as Rubilar takes the lead. He's only 7 seconds ahead. He's got a pit and he's going to stop for maybe 30-40 seconds. He's got to take the fuel. So with that being the case, we've just got to keep our foot in, get past Lopez, who could be running long, I don't know. He could be a two-stopper, could be a three-stepper. I think he's a two-stopper, to be honest. If he's a one-stopper and he hasn't stopped yet, he's gone hours. There's a car we could potentially use. Last lap was a 58.3. We're getting faster on these tyres. We still hold the fastest lap of the race. We are actually racing the clock, not the other competitors, so we've just got to keep putting our lap times in, and dinking the other competitor on the butt isn't really the right way to go about it, because you give yourself damage. But we're past him and it was just a bit unfriendly, and I don't like that, to be honest. But how am I doing for fuel? 11.4. We got 11 laps to go, so we're okay on fuel. Probably telling me I was stationary just a little bit too long. Could probably have took less fuel. We're not saving as much time as we need to, because we're not in the 57s, and we need to start dropping into there. This is possibly lap 5, about to go on to lap 6 of this stint. 7.9 seconds he's got to. We're 32 seconds in the negative. We need to start Our back end went there. That's not going to be good for us. A 59.2, which is terrible, really. Blue flags, that means we're about to lap somebody. Rubilar just 6.1, and he's just gone past the tail ender, so the tail ender overtakings are starting to affect the front runner, and that will help us because that will slow him down. We're on lap 20. Got 10 laps to go, and we need to find 3 seconds a lap. If we come in at 31, what would we be? 20.31 if we cross the line on target. I say on target, it's a massive ask to find 30 seconds in 10 laps. But if it's 31, it looks like it's going to be 35 to me. Well, it's 25, isn't it? We're all right. 29. We're at 31 seconds down. So we've got to find 3 seconds over every one of these laps. I just don't think we can do it. It's Moreno. We're catching him on lap 20. There goes Rubilar romping off in the distance, but he's due a pit stop. Don't think there's any doubt that we can win this race with all these cars. They're all going to win it. 1 stop, 2 stops, all very possible. But how are we going to get onto lap 31? That is the greater challenge. Every one of these videos is going to contribute to the channel. Every one of these videos are an opportunity for people to watch and think, is it possible? Can I do it? Yes, I can win it. So if you're out there and you're looking to complete this challenge of the human comedy, any GR3 car is going to give you a chance. Rubilar just 6.3 seconds ahead. It's pulling forwards, it's pulling backwards. The string stretches between the two cars. It's like that piece of elastic. Ideally, I want to be 20 seconds ahead. And for the last 2 races, I've been finishing 20 seconds ahead. I really need to be 40 to 50 seconds ahead. Because if we look at this, where am I going to come in? Rubilar's gone to the pits. That's good for us then. We're 10 seconds ahead of Fraga. 30 seconds, 8 laps to go. We're just not going to do it. We're not going to get that timer down. We just made too many mistakes. We haven't got enough laps in the 57s on this new set of tyres. Car's starting to fight me a bit. Running it on fuel map 1 gives everything to the tyres. Fuel consumption is fine. We've got more than enough fuel. The only thing we can do is to potentially save fuel so that we don't have to pit for so much in the first segment. That'll cut time down. The fastest we can do 15 laps, the better. And then just don't fill up with so much fuel. You know what I mean? That'll be the target. 13.2 seconds, 13.3 seconds ahead of Lopez. Let's see if we can put a low 58 in again. Don't know if I've blown that with a twitch at the start of the lap. Tyres are looking kind of okay. Halfway through this stint, almost end of the next lap. We're doing a 16 lap stint, so 8 laps is halfway, which is what we've just done. End of this lap will be halfway, and that front left is looking alright. Carrying marginally less fuel this time round, so I wonder if part of the technique is to run the first stint marginally slower on fuel map 2, so you don't actually have to fill up quite so much fuel. Will you gain what you lose? I don't know. There's a secret to it, I'm 100% sure of it. You've just got to be quick, and I'm not as quick as I need to be. This is a great car, it's great for driving. You've just got to nurse it a little bit sometimes. See, coming out that corner, absolute dog, but that's me. Rubilar's back up to 3rd place. Chasing down Lopez. .1 seconds ahead, and I think we've already had the twitch, haven't we? Yeah, almost a second down, so this will be a late 58, early 59s. Still got the fastest lap of the race, which is a decent thing to have. Gallo and Fraga might attempt for them a little bit later. Both of them are in the top 8. I might have to cut those corners a bit more to try and just get that lap time down that smidgen more. Run the quicker, shallower, shorter line. Just try and shave off every little bit we can. Not giving up, not for nobody. 23 laps, 7 to go. Catching Mr. Sana now by the looks of it. 58.8. So we did alright, we recovered a bit of time there. But we are still way off the target. It's a race winning car though. I am going to get onto this top 10 stars leaderboard. Come on, Mr. Sana. You've given me front end damage. The car's just washed out now. Thank you. I was going to go around the outside. Probably shouldn't have gone up the inside, but I was just trying to save my tyres. Mr. One goes to the pits. Hope you're as awkward for them. It's a car I want to try actually, the 4C. I'd love to prove that it's capable, even though it runs round in 19th place for every blooming race I've ever seen. That'll have just slowed us down unnecessarily, won't it? No. Do, come on. Let's not quit. Don't quit in your head. Drive it to the end. It's about the win. If we have to rethink the 31 lap approach, we have to rethink it, but let's not let it affect this race. Just a mere 10 minutes remaining of this race. 11. Still under 30 seconds, 28 seconds to catch up. It's the pit stops that's done us. taking that minute. Last lap was a 2-minute, that's terrible really. They're just seconds we'll never get back. I am going to be successful here. Not in this race, but we will push on and we will demonstrate our capability. A little bit twitchy now. I'm just watching that left front. It's got 5 laps to do after this one. The right front's got equal wear on it. We've got the fuel that we need. I wonder if that's the secret. Fuel map 2, first 15 laps. That will keep us, the tyres will be slower. We'll be trying to push, but it'll also save the fuel. We'll be stationary less. I know it won't save us 30 seconds, but for the second half of the race, we'll carry less fuel because we've been economic. We won't have to use as much fuel. But with that being the case, are we fuel map 1 in the second half of the race? I don't know. I've always advocated if you're going to reduce fuel usage, you've got to make it worthwhile. There's no point losing it because you've got to catch that time up. If we're racing people, it wouldn't be a problem, but we're racing the clock, so we've only got 60 seconds, including the start, from the start of the race. It's not from crossing the line. So the challenge is there, it really is. That 20 seconds is now there as Rubilar comes to 20.2 seconds behind. That was a 1:59.750, and we've completely missed the first 2 corners of this lap. Absolutely diabolical. What a shower of poop. Well late off that corner, that's just ridiculous. Two seconds off, that's appallingly slow. I wonder if this is the 2-stop car, sorry, not 3-stop, no, I couldn't do 3 stops. Although 3 stops for 20 seconds, tyres and fuel, the 3rd stop will be, nah, it takes 10 seconds to put blooming tyres on. That'd be incredibly complicated, but it would also be incredibly slow. That was shocking. Wrong gear. Dropped to 19.286. We're not doing this, boy. 4 laps to go. Tyres looking alright. We've left the circuit. Well, we'll probably get a penalty for that. A 2-minute, oh no, just not good enough. 30 seconds off. Mr. Matsunaga again. He pitted, and the same turnout as what happened in the endurance car. Mr. Matsunaga we overtook him for 8th place after we pitted. He then pitted. He's got a minute-long pit, I guess. And then we've just caught him again. He's not carrying the pace. Tell you who else ain't carrying the pace, that's us. Down to 18 seconds. Certainly not as quick as the first stint. The first stint was much quicker on time. Well, that was an unfriendly sideboard ding, wasn't it? That in front, is that It looks like it, the Ford GT. Mr. Huffman. Yes, you can hear it. Beautiful sounding car. It sings away, doesn't it? That's one for us to try. Dive down his inside. Keep in third gear. Felt so smooth, but this is going to be another 2 minute, I would suggest. I'm just having to glide the car to get it to the end. Looking at those tyres, it's not going to hold out. 34, 29 seconds down. We've got to eat those 29. But we're not going to do it with just 3 laps remaining. 28, 29, 30. We're going to be about 30 seconds short. So last night the race finished roughly as we went round the final gantry barrier. This is going to be pretty much equal to the M6 Endurance. It's a strategy problem, I'm thinking, for me. I've got to find a way to beat it on strategy. I don't know how I'm going to reduce 30-second pit stop stationary time though, but I just need to go a second faster every lap. How am I going to do that? That's the question. It's not traction control. Take traction control off, you're saying? I think you might be. Where can I find a second a lap? By not running in the gravel? Yeah, that's all things considered, that is one of the things that we need to do. It's just here where the race will end, just there as we go under that gantry. Just where that sector marker is to finish the end of the third sector, that is roughly where the race clock will run down to 0. And that's how long we're stationary for in the pits. That's the difference. Yeah, the laps are all in 2.0s now. Tyres are just giving up on us. We've got the fuel. Got more than enough fuel by the looks of it. Just not able to thump in those 2.0s. 30 seconds from here and one more lap. We don't hold the fastest lap anymore. Oh, Mr. Gallo, thank you very much, sir, for taking that. 1:57.240. That vindicated us. We'd explained that we needed to be a 1:57.3, 1:57.2 to take the fastest lap, and Gallo goes and done it. Dashes us at the end, grabbing that point for the fastest lap. Well done, sir. You didn't disappoint. Who's that in front? Is that Moreno again? Gonna lap him for the second time. As we go round onto lap 30. On the 3.0 that stopped, so Just dipped to below the 2 minutes again there. This is a great car. Just as we go the last lap. It's a really good car. Really. Oh, he says. Oh, it just kicked me. Oh no, it's gone the other way. It's bucked us off. I can't get it back on the track. The damn thing won't go there. Dirty tyres. Oh, it lasted all the way to the end. And then I've just relaxed and it's just kicked me in the teeth. What a cheese bag. We're only 9 seconds ahead because of that 10 seconds around messing about. So Gallo goes to the pits having blown his tyres. We're just going to cruise around and try not to wreck this damn thing. Beauvoir's gone in. Lopez has gone in. Lopez had to pit with 1% of fuel. Oh my word, he was never going to make it to the end. So winning the race isn't a problem here, folks. The challenge we've got is lap 31. How are we going to do that? We need a clue. We need an understanding of what it's going to take to get there. I know Mr. Maggiorre has said he was 5 seconds off. Our clock's going to tick down. We can see it there. 15, 11, 10. It's ticking down. We're not going to make it to that 3/4 point of the track. It's just going to go on this corner here where the flag's going to wave. There it is. Checkered flag waving at the finish line now. Anybody going through the line is finished. We as the lead car will set the pace for everybody. We normally lap down to 12th place. This should have done it. Rubilar is catching. We've got half a lap of fuel, so again we were stationary for half a lap more than we needed to be. And there it is. Cross the line. 30 laps. There it is. Great little car. The RCF. Just need to find the right strategy. It was great on fuel. Tyres weren't brilliant, but I think that was me overdriving. Putting those 57s in kind of ruined it for us. Only 7 seconds ahead. We got down to 12th place, lap in, look. Mr. Matson Unger, our team, Mace lapped, and only Moreno lapped twice. There she is, great looking car, bit of a carbon effect, super duper. And that's us, folks. Well, thank you very much for joining us. It's appreciated. I know I've done a few of these over the last couple of days, but as you watch them, people watch these out of sequence. I apologise if they're boring. Generally, I will get back to some sort of level type, different type of content. We might flick around a bit this weekend, but we're streaming tonight. And if you want to join us, please join us on the stream, or if you can get in the channel, don't forget my friends list, Widdowmaker 10144, and that'll get you on the start grid if you want to join the league. But thank you very much for joining us. All the best. We'll see you in the future. Take care.